How the Reformers repeated the mistakes of the Catholics. Preview. This is a preview of a series of 4 videos I am doing on the Reformers. The 4 that I am focusing on are Martin Luther, Huldrych Zwingli, John Calvin and Richard Hooker. In their own respective countries they are venerated and have statues erected to them. However, the people that they persecuted, executed and tortured generally do not have statues erected to them. It's a mystery to me why anyone would want to follow these people or be referred to as a Calvinist or a Lutheran. It should be enough for us as believers to be called Christians. All these men had the knowledge that we are saved by grace alone, but they then went on to develop their own religious systems in the same way that the Catholics had developed theirs. They were also extremely intolerant of those who disagreed with them. That much I can understand because strongly held views always lead to heated debate. However, it didn't stop there. Luther developed a hatred of the Jews that was so strong he wanted to see them all exterminated. Zwingli approved the drowning of Anabaptists who were simply believers who believed in adult believers' baptism. Calvin created a horrible theocracy in Geneva that removed all freedom of conscience and led to the murder of a man simply for not believing in the doctrine of the Trinity. Hooker advanced the view that every member of the state, or the commonweath, should be a member of the Church of England, which led to the imprisonment and torture of innumerable nonconformists. The whole sad story of the persecution of Protestants by other Protestants just went on and on. Reformers persecuted Anabaptists all over Europe. Anglicans persecuted all believers who wouldn't sign up to their Book of Common Prayer. And I would say that I like the Book of Common Prayer, but the problem was it was made compulsory. Puritans persecuted Quakers. In fact, the Quakers seemed to get it from everybody because of their habit of not giving honour to men. They refused to doff their caps to their social superiors and always used the familiar thee and thou rather than the more formal you, which also caused offence. In 17th century America, the Puritans regarded the Quakers as heretics and treated them worse than the bishops of England from whom they were escaping. In New England, penalties for Quaker men included having their ears cut off. Women were whipped. Repeated offenders had their tongues bored through with a hot iron. Eventually, the death penalty was introduced. The Quakers finally found a home in the province of Pennsylvania under its founder, William Penn. Not surprisingly, they petitioned Penn for their own Quaker government. To his great credit and to the irritation of many Quakers, Penn insisted upon liberty of conscience for all. There was for the time a remarkable degree of religious toleration in Pennsylvania. The next 4 videos are a rather bleak story of human nature overpowering sound spiritual principles. So let's remember the one bright spot of Pennsylvania where true religious liberty began to take root. The whole point of this series of videos that I am about to do is that our faith in Jesus is only of value if it's voluntary, if it's something that we choose. If it's forced upon us and it's made compulsory and obligatory, then it has no real value because it's just another human system that's being imposed on people. So thank you for listening. If you found this video interesting, you can find more information at prophecy-workshop.com.